Hello everyone, welcome back to our HRM course for BBA semester 3rd under Savitribai Phule Pune University. I'm Dr. Rutuja. In today's lecture, we are going to study Unit 2nd, that is Training and Development along with Talent Management. This is part 1. Under this section, we are going to start second unit, that is Training, Development and Talent Management. Under this unit, there are 4 sub points. The first one is training and development. Second one is career planning and development. Third one is talent management. And fourth one is role of HR technology in learning and development. But in this part, we are mainly focusing on training and development, where we will understand what is meaning of training, what is meaning of development, what are the training need assessment, what are the different training method, and how organization evaluate training effectiveness. So without wasting time, let's get started. So let's first understand meaning of training and development. Now let's see what training is. Training is a planned process of improving an employee knowledge, skill and ability so that employee can perform better with their current job, or they can work more effectively on their current job. For example, imagine a new employee joining a bank. Before handling customer, the employee received training on bank softwares and customer services. Okay, it is clear. Now let's understand development. Development is long term process that prepare employee for future responsibilities. It focus on leadership skills, decision making ability, personality development and career growth. So simply remember this thing, that training improves today's performance while development prepares employee for tomorrow's responsibilities. So let's understand the difference between training and development. This is very important from exam point of view. The first difference is meaning. So training is a process which help employee to improve knowledge and skill needed for the job, which job, current job. Okay, and development is a process that prepare employee for future job roles and responsibilities. So second point is duration. Now training is short term process, okay, and development is long term process. The third point is focus. Training focuses on improving job specific skills, and development focuses on employee overall personality, leadership qualities, decision making ability and career growth. Third point is focus, okay, and fourth point is objective. So objective of training is to increase employee efficiency and performance in present job, and objective of development is to prepare employee for higher position and future challenges. Now let's move towards next point, that is training need assessment. So let's understand training need assessment. Before conducting any training program, HR must always answer three important questions. The questions are: who needs training, what type of training is required, and why the training is needed. So this process is called as training need assessment. So in the simple word, training need assessment is a process of identifying whether employee need training, what type of training they need, and who should receive it. Okay. So next we will see the objectives of training need assessment. Why training need assessment is necessary. It helps to identify the skill gap. It helps to improve employee performance. It helps to increase productivity, reduce mistakes and accidents, plan effective training programs. In the simple word, training need assessment ensures that employee receive right training at right time. Now let's focus on levels of training need assessment. Training need assessment is carried out at different level. Three different level means those are: first one is organizational level, second one is task or job analysis, and third one is at individual level. So let's see one by one. Here the first level is organizational level. Here the organization identify the training required based on its goal, strategy and future plan. For example, if company introduce artificial intelligence software, so all the employee may require AI training. Okay. Second is task analysis. Okay. Here the it focuses on skill needed for specific task. For example, if a machine operator start working on new machine, they must first learn how it operates. And third level is individual analysis. Here HR identify employee who actually needs training. For example, employee with low sales performance may be given sales training. Now let's start with next point, that is methods of training need assessment. So the question arises, how does HR identify training needs? So the answer is there are several methods which are used to identify the gap between employee current skills and skills required for that particular job. The first common method includes interview and survey, where HR directly asks employee and manager about their challenges. Second one is performance review. Here employee performance is analyzed to identify his or her weak areas. Third one is observation, where manager watch employee while they are performing their particular job or task. Next is job task analysis, where each task is studied to identify the knowledge and skill required. And finally, last one is focus group, where employees share their experience and suggestions for their improvement. So, all these methods such as interview, survey, performance review, observation, job task analysis, focus group help HR to prepare for an effective training plan. Let's move towards our next point, that is method of training. But before that, I would like to clear one confusion of everyone, that method of training and training need assessment method are the same or not. So many students get confused that training need assessment methods and methods of training are same, but no, they are completely different concept. So let's understand each one by one. So training need assessment is what training is needed, and methods of training is how will training be provided. So let's see the difference. Training need assessment methods identify the training needs, which includes various methods like performance review, job task analysis, focus group discussion. This method helps HR to find the skill gap among the employee. But methods of training are used to provide training to employee. These are of different types. So let's see that in our next slide. So in the simple way, training need assessment method identify who needs training and what training is required, and method of training explain how the training will be delivered. Now let's focus on methods of training. Methods of training are categorized on two bases. The first one is on the job training and second one is off the job training. So let's see them one by one. So let's first understand on the job training method. This is when employee learn by doing the actual work. They pick up the skills while performing their daily tasks with the guidance from seniors or trainer. Now, different types of on the job training methods are: first one is coaching. A superior guides the employee step by step. Second one is mentoring. An experienced employee helps junior to improve and grow. Third one is job rotation. Employee move between different jobs to learn various skills. Fourth one is apprenticeship. Employee learn trade by working under skilled expert. Next one is job shadowing. Employee observes someone experienced to understand how the job is done. So these are the methods of on the job training. Now let's see what is off the job training. This is the training happens away from employee regular workplace. It gives them time to learn without any work pressure. Now the different types of off the job training are seminars and workshop, conferences, e-learning and online courses, classroom training, etc. etc. These are some common terms of on the off the job training methods where employee learn outside the work pressure. Now let's move towards our next point, that is evaluating training effectiveness. Once the training is completed, the next question is, was the training actually successful? To answer this, organization evaluate training effectiveness. This means measuring whether the employee gain knowledge, improve their skill, change their behavior and perform better at the work. Now, what are the objectives of evaluating training need effectiveness? They are: first one is to determine whether the training objective has been achieved, to measure improvement in employee skills and knowledge, to assess the change in employee behavior and performance, to identify the strength and weakness of training program, to improve future training programs, to measure return on investment of training, and to support management in decision making. There are many ways to measure training effectiveness. Organizations use different methods and models for evaluating training need effectiveness. Some common are observation method, test and examination, then questionnaire and feedback, interviews, performance appraisal, productivity and quality measures, return on investment, and various training evaluation models. These models include Kirkpatrick's 4-level training evaluation model, Phillips ROI model, Kaufman's 5 level of evaluation, Anderson's model of learning evaluation, stimulative versus formative evaluation. Among these methods, Kirkpatrick's model is one of the most popular because it is simple and practical. So let's understand it. So Kirkpatrick's 4-level training evaluation model include 4 different levels. The first one is reaction, learning, behavior, and fourth one is impact. So let's see in detail. Kirkpatrick's model has four levels. The level one is reaction. Here it helps to understand, did the employee enjoy the training? Was it useful? The second level is learning. Here it helps to understand, did employee actually learn the new knowledge or skill? Third level is behavior. Here it helps to understand, are employee applying what they have learned in their daily work? And finally, impact, or it is also called as result. It helps to analyze that, has training improved the productivity, quality and performance? Okay, finally, the fourth level helps the organization to understand whether training has truly made the difference. Was the training worth, etc. etc. Now let's understand Phillips 5-level model of training evaluation, which is one of the most important training evaluation model in human resource management. Phillips model was developed by Dr. Jack Phillips, and it is an extension of Kirkpatrick's 4-level model. This means that Phillips accepted Kirkpatrick's first 4 level but added one more extra level to measure the financial return of training. So while Kirkpatrick has 4 level, the Phillips model has 5 level. So let's understand each one by one. The first one is reaction. At this stage, organization wants to know how the employee felt about the training. Okay. The second one is learning. Here the organization checks whether employee actually learned something from the training. The third level is application and implementation. This level checks whether the employee are using what they have learned in their actual job or not. Sometimes employee learn everything during the training, but they still cannot apply it because of the problems in workplace. Next level is impact. Here we measure how training effect is there on organization as well as employee performance. The most important and unique level of Phillips model is return on investment. Unlike Kirkpatrick's, Phillips asked one additional question. Was the money spent on training worth it? So this is called as return on investment. Return on investment compare the cost of training with financial benefit received after the training. For example, return on investment is equal to the amount spent on sales training, that is 5 lakh. After training, employee perform improve and the company earns 15 lakh in profit. Hence, the profit is much higher than training cost. So the training provided was good in investment. This means that company made right investment. If ROI is positive, the training is financially successful. If ROI is negative, the organization may need to improve or redesign their training program. So Phillips model is important because it measures employee satisfaction, measures employee learning, check whether employee applies skills or not, it evaluates organization impact, and most importantly, it calculates financial return on training. This helps management to decide whether training program should be continued, improved or replaced. Now let's understand Kaufman's 5 level of evaluation. This is another important model used to evaluate effectiveness of training program. This model was developed by Dr. Roger Kaufman. It is one of the improvement over Kirkpatrick's model because it not only measures the effectiveness of training on employee and the organization but look at the impact on customer, and society. In simple words, Kirkpatrick's model mainly focuses on employee and organizational result, whereas Kaufman's goes one step further by asking whether the training benefits society as well. So let's understand all five levels one by one. The level one is input and process. At this stage, the organization checks whether the training program has been properly planned and delivered. It answers the questions like, was the training content appropriate, were the training material useful, etc. The goal is to ensure that training process is organized effectively before evaluation is done for the particular outcome. The second level is acquisition. Here, the organization measures what employees have learned from the training. Third level is application. Here, learning is valuable only when employees use it in the daily work. Under this stage, it is observed that employees are applying their knowledge in their daily work or not. Fourth level is organizational result. It measures the impact of training on organizational overall performance. HR checks whether training has helped to achieve business goals or not. And fifth level is societal outcome, the most important unique feature of Kaufman model. Unlike other model, Kaufman asks, has the training created a positive impact on society? This level measures how training benefit customer, community, environment, society as a whole. So, Kaufman model helps the organization to evaluate the quality of training program, measure the employee learning, check whether employee apply all the skills or not, check whether the organization has improved their performance, and assess the impact of training on society as well as customer. So it provides a comprehensive evaluation from planning of training to the long-term societal impact. Now let's understand model of learning evaluation, which is another important model to evaluate training program. This model was developed by David Anderson. Unlike other evaluation model, Anderson model focus on one important question: does training help organization to achieve its business goal? In the simple word, this model believes that training should not be conducted just for the sake of learning. Instead, it should contribute towards organization overall success. So there are three stages of this model. The first one is align learning with organization goals. Second one is evaluating learning and performance. And third one is evaluate organizational impact. So let's see first stage, that is align learning with organization goal. Before conducting any training program, HR should first understand the company's goals and objective. Then the training program should be designed to support this goal. In other words, training should solve real business problem. The second stage is evaluating learning and performance. Now the organization checks whether employees have actually learned new knowledge and skills or not. In the third stage, that is evaluate organizational impact. The organization measures whether the training has helped to achieve business objectives or not. So Anderson model helps organization to align training with business strategy, improve employee knowledge and skill, measure employee performance after training, evaluate impact of training on organizational success, and ensure that training contributes to achieving business goal. In one line, we can say Anderson model of learning evaluation ensures that training is aligned with organizational goal, improve employee learning and performance, and contribute towards organizational success. Now let's understand the next topic, that is formative evaluation and summative evaluation. Formative evaluation is conducted during the training program. The main purpose is to check whether the training is going in the right direction and to improve it while still it is in the process. In simple word, formative evaluation helps to improve the training before it is completed. And second one is summative evaluation. This evaluation is conducted after the training program is completed. Its purpose is to measure the overall success of the training. In simple words, summative evaluation checks whether the training achieved its objectives or not. So let's go with the difference between formative and summative evaluation. There are various bases on which the difference can be understood. The first one is meaning. Meaning, formative evaluation conducted during training program to improve it, and summative evaluation conducted after the training program to measure overall effectiveness. Now second basis is purpose. Under formative evaluation, it is the purpose is to identify the problem and make improvement. Under summative, the purpose is to determine whether the training objective has been achieved or not. The third basis is timing. The formative evaluation is conducted during the training and summative is done after the training. Fourth one is focus. Formative evaluation focus on improving training process and summative measure the final outcome and result. The fifth basis is feedback. The formative evaluation feedback is immediate and continuous, while as summative is final feedback after this completion. Sixth basis is changes. Formative evaluation changes can be done during the program, while as summative evaluation changes are made in the future training program. Seventh one is method used. Formative evaluation method uses are observation, quizzes, discussions, and feedback forms, whereas summative evaluation is done through final test, performance appraisal, ROI, training, evaluation models, etc. So finally, student, we have to always remember that formative evaluation is conducted during training to improve the learning process, while as summative evaluation is conducted after the training to measure overall success and effectiveness of that particular training. After conducting training program, an important question arises is, was the training really successful? The answer can be found only by evaluating training effectiveness. Training evaluation helps organization to understand whether employees have actually learned new skills and whether the training has improved the job performance. So now let's understand why evaluating training effectiveness is so important. There are various importance. So let's see one by one. The first important is to ensure the training program supports the organization. Here, every organization conduct training program with certain purpose, such as increasing productivity, improve customer services, or reducing the error. Evaluation helps organization to check whether the goals have been achieved or not. Second important is improving employee performance. After training, employees should work faster, make few mistakes, and perform their job effectively. So evaluation helps to measure this improvement. Third important is to identify the area require additional training. Evaluation helps to identify the employee or the department that still needs more training. Fourth one is helps to justify training cost. Training program require money, time, and resources. Management wants to know whether this investment is worthwhile or not. Evaluation helps to determine whether the benefits of training are greater than the cost. Fifth one is enhance the quality of future training program. Evaluation provide valuable feedback about the training program. It helps HR to understand what worked well, what need improvement, which training method is more effective. This information helps to design better training programs in future. And the sixth one is increase employee confidence and motivation. When employee realize that the training has improved their knowledge and performance, they become more confident and motivated. They perform better and are more willing to participate in future training program. So the training is very important in every organization. Evaluating training effectiveness is important because it ensures training achieve organization goals, improve employee performance, identify additional training needs, justify training cost, improve training future requirement, and increase employee confidence and motivation. Thank you everyone. I hope this session helped you to understand training need assessment, different training methods, and how organization evaluate training effectiveness. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more HRM lectures. If you have any question, feel free to ask them in the comments section. Thank you for watching. See you in next lecture. Keep learning, happy learning. Thank you again.